we trusted people to say, no, there's protection, it's okay for us to put ourselves out. And now I think a lot of people are feeling betrayed. Like, we trusted you, and now we're left vulnerable. And that's scary. And that's can make a lot of people very angry. And, you know, that's how I felt. At first, right after the election, betrayed, angry, frustrated.
24-year-old Naeem Islam came to the United States in 2002 as the child of undocumented immigrants. He's one of the many who have benefited from deferred action for childhood arrivals, commonly known as DACA.
Really changed.
4 years ago, President Barack Obama signed DACA into law. Under DACA, undocumented children who arrived in the US before the age of 16 are issued temporary work permit.
It makes no sense to expel talented young people who, for all intents and purposes, are Americans. They've been raised as Americans, understand themselves to be part of this country. To expel these young people who want to staff our labs or start new businesses or defend our country simply because of the actions of their parents or because of the inaction of politicians.
Now, Naeem is concerned about his future under a president-elect who has promised to deport undocumented immigrants.
So I think it's kind of funny when folks say, oh, they didn't go through the process. There is no process. For many of us, there is no process.
Naeem is not alone. According to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, more than 800,000 young adults have received DACA work permit.
You'll rescind the Dream Act executive order.
But now the bill and their futures are in jeopardy.
And when people come in, they have
So
to
you're
come
going to
in.
split up families.
Chuck,
You're going to deport children.
Chuck, no, we're going to keep the families together. We have to keep the families together.
But you're going to keep
But
them
they have
together
to
out.
go. But they have to go.
31-year-old Queens resident Rishi Singh is also a DACA recipient. He came to the US in 1995 with his mother, but it wasn't until his senior year that he knew the truth about his status.
I didn't know I was undocumented until I was graduating from high school, when I was called down to the guidance counselor's office to fill out forms for college, and they asked me for my social security number, and I didn't know what that was. When I asked my parents, they said I didn't have one, and that's when it all set in, right? Like, I felt like all the work that I did in high school didn't amount to anything because I couldn't go to the colleges or had the option to go to the colleges that I really wanted to go to or pursue careers that I wanted to do.
Though Rishi benefited from DACA, with Trump's victory, he urges new applicants to wait and see before applying.
If they haven't applied to DACA before, they shouldn't apply right now. But since if folks are up for renewal, they should do it as quickly as possible. I think one of the things is that we still don't know exactly what's going to happen.
47-year-old Kazi Fauzia is an activist who fights for immigrant rights. She remembers the struggles they went through to get DACA, and now she says that everything achieved might be lost.
Our all hard work, all struggle, just going like a down and just marginalize all of our works because someone really don't like us. That's it.
Naveem and Rishi both are working, thanks to DACA. But if Trump administration disfavors DACA, they will lose their jobs.
In the upcoming administration's term, the conversation can't just be around protecting DACA. It's important for us to protect what we've won, but we have to look beyond that and gain more and protect all of us beyond those who are documented and those who aren't.